Here are 3 easy steps that you could use right now to lose weight fast. Brett Thompson here from BT Fit. Now stay tuned to the end of this video because at the end I'm going to be showing you in step number 3 the most important and probably the easiest thing you can implement right now to lose weight. But beforehand, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up or a like, it will be much supported, and stay tuned. Step number 1 is going to be portion control. See, a lot of us overeat in the modern era, so you can basically use your hands to reduce the amount you are eating. So when it comes to measuring protein, use the palm of your hand to measure your protein, just a palm size. When it comes to measuring your carbohydrates, use a cup hand so that you can measure your carbohydrates. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, some carbohydrates are bigger in volume than other carbohydrates. So what I say to my clients is basically, think of it, if you have a bag of peas, it's very easy to scoop out a bag of peas in your hand. But if you have a bag of broccoli, a higher volume, use a mug for example, scoop out a mug of broccoli, then you know how much you should be having. So you can either use a palm of your hand or a mug. The third thing that you want to implement is your thumb. That's going to be the amount of fat you should be having in your diet. So now you're probably thinking, how do I measure a thumb's worth of fat? So think about peanuts as an example. If you put your thumb down on a table and you measure all the peanuts along the side of it, you want to do 2 lines of peanuts along the side of it in line with the tip of your thumb all the way to the end of your thumb. Now you're probably thinking, what about things like oils and stuff like that that are liquid based? Use a tablespoon for example. So a big tablespoon scoop, just throw it in, that'll be enough for your fat. That brings me to step number 2. Step number 2 is drinking enough water. I can't iterate it enough that a lot of people don't drink enough water. See, we're constantly in a dehydration state. If you just drink between 2 to 3 liters of water a day, you will hydrate yourself a lot more, your organs will function a lot more better, your brain function will be so much better, and your energy and mood will change also because of being hydrated. The last thing you want to be doing is drinking when you are thirsty, because that is a sign of dehydration. So you probably think, but how's water going to make me lose weight? Well, it's simple. The more water you consume, the more antioxidants you're going to get rid of your system. So think about it. More liquid going in means more liquid coming out. You run into the toilet. So when you go into the toilet, you're actually flushing out all these antioxidants, I should say. This is what's going to make you drop water weight. So it gets rid of all the sodium in the body. When you're eating all that crap at home and all that processed food builds up in your body, which makes you gain water retention. We want to lose water retention. So by just drinking enough water, you're able to lose water retention. Step number 3, the most important step you want to implement, and that is intermittent fasting. Now, for those of you that don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's basically a structure of eating that you use within a day. Now, this is an awesome way of eating because anybody can use it, no matter what age you are, no matter what work you do, no matter what physical ability you are. So what it is basically you choose an eating window that you only consume all your soluble foods in that eating window, and then the rest will be a fasting window where you only consume liquids and no other food. So for anyone that's wanting to start an intermittent fasting program, you want to be looking between a 10-14 split. What that means is 10 hours of eating. It's an eating window of 10 hours. After that 10 hours, you go into a 14-hour period where you are just consuming liquids. Things such as herbal teas, water, green teas, or black coffees. Nothing else. Otherwise, it breaks the fast. Now, ideally, you want to be moving on to an 8-16 structure. So meaning you do an 8-hour window of just eating and 16 hours of fasting. Now, the reason why this is an easy method of losing weight is because intermittent fasting structure allows you to cut out unnecessary calories. See, from a young age, we are brought up through our older generations that we need to have a breakfast, we need to have a lunch, we need to have a dinner. This is incorrect. Whoever said that, that's just opinionated, isn't it? So the thing is, you don't need to have a breakfast, you don't need to have a lunch, and you don't need to have a dinner. What intermittent fasting does, it basically skips out one of those meals. So you'll be either skipping out your breakfast or you'll be either skipping out your dinner. But instead of classifying it as breakfast, lunch, dinner, you're going to be classifying into meals 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these meals will be broken down into smaller groups. Now, fueling up on high protein is going to allow you to feel a lot more fuller for longer. So if you can start your intermittent fasting with a high protein source first thing, you'll feel fuller for longer. So when you normally have your lunchtime, you're normally having your breakfast time. And the nice thing about intermittent fasting as well is you can structure it according to your day. So think about it. If you're someone that's constantly on the go and you're very, very active and you need those calories in, then structure your eating window when you are most active in the day. So people that are a lot more sedentary, you want to be thinking about like intermittent fasting can help you in a way that you don't have to be eating so much, because the thing is, when we're sitting down a lot, we tend to want to snack a lot, or when we get a bit bored and not doing any form of exercise or walking around, we tend to go to either the kitchen, or we tend to look for food as a form of, I need to eat, or I'm bored. So intermittent fasting stops that. It allows you to have a structure, a starting point and an end point. If you can stick to that structure, starting and end point, you will lose weight over a long period of time. Guys, try out those 3 steps. Let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed videos like this. Give us a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe as well. And this is Brett Thompson from BT Fit. Peace out.